If I can move on to the components of the business continuity management system. So the core of system, and what I'm talking about here is a system that is scalable. So depending on the size of the organization, all this might be wrapped into one plan. In larger organizations, there'll be different separate plan components. So in my view, you should start with the business continuity strategy. So this is really, why are you developing business continuity? What are the main drivers for that? That will then inform the planning that you undertake. So I've mentioned emergency response. Now, hopefully you already have a fire evacuation plan and hopefully a different plan for bomb threats. The major incident management plan, this is the plan that guides that incident management team to manage the overall event. And it's quite useful to have some pre-prepared checklists, for example, the agenda for the first meeting of that team, so they can really focus down on what they need to deal with. Some communication templates might be in there as well that can be adapted for a particular event. So the whole point of that plan is to prepare people and to manage the event as efficiently as they can. And then when it moves on to this business continuity phase, the plans there are more to do with how you maintain the business with the reduce resources that you have. Now, supporting that are other documents. So probably many of you have undertaken risk analysis. You might have corporate risk registers. That's a good starting point. What you want to do really is to extract those risks that have low probability but high impact, rather than the day-to-day business risks that you all will normally manage with. Probably the hardest work to do with business continuity is the business impact analysis. So this is identifying the critical activities and working through what their dependencies are in terms of the different departments involved, external suppliers, service providers, and the IT systems that they rely on, deciding how long you can manage without those systems operating, how up to date the data needs to be, what the minimum staffing is required for those activities. So there's a fair bit of work to do there, but it's certainly worthwhile, and that will inform the strategy, make sure you have a good, well-focused, robust plan. A useful document is a business continuity policy. So although you'll have people wanting to know what you're doing about business continuity, you don't necessarily want to share your business continuity plans with all and sundry for some commercial confidentiality reasons. But a short business continuity policy which states your commitment to business continuity can be shared with your employees, contractors, customers, insurance companies, and it can be worthwhile producing. Depending on the incident, if it's an information security incident, then you no doubt have an information security plan, and there needs to be a link between that and the major incident management plan. In my view, information security incidents are a subset of major incidents. They're important, they will be major incidents in most cases, but there needs to be that liaison. And then if the IT systems go down, the IT disaster recovery plan is all about how quickly you can get those systems back up and running. Many of you have now got cloud systems, but I'd warn against some complacency there. Depending on the contract you have and how much you paid for it, you aren't necessarily going to get those systems back that quickly, certainly not immediately. I mean, cloud is a good marketing concept, but at the end of the day, those systems will be on a physical data center very much on the ground somewhere. So that's all the plans that you would need, but it's important that you test those plans. And to do that, you need to run exercises.